In case y'all haven't noticed, I'm a glutton for punishment, especially with this old stuff that's sitting around a long time. I just like the challenge of seeing if I can get it running. If it's stuck, see if I can get it unstuck and then get it running. So, let's see if it'll run. I believe this is a 76. It's a C20 custom deluxe, I might add. It's been sitting here since I was a kid riding four-wheelers in these woods, and yes, I'm in the middle of the woods. It's been sitting here for a pretty good while. Well, I was 16, 17, 18 riding four-wheelers through these woods, so it's been sitting here probably 30 years, I'd say at least. It's got just a little bit of rust. I believe you can probably Bondo it out. It's not too bad. Obviously we're not going to drive it because, well, it don't even have a rear end. Well, it don't even have front spindles either. My main goal is just to see if it'll run. I'm gonna check and see if it's stuck right now, and if it is, then I'm gonna pull the plugs, stick the camera down in the hole and see what we're working with and go from there. If anybody needs a square body tailgate, I got one you can have free. Just pay shipping. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. Let's see what this license plate says. 1983. 9303 1323. 39 years since this thing's been on the road and possibly ran. Wow. Here's some more of that rust on the other side. Like I said, it's not major. You know, a little Bondo. Take care of that. You know, don't pay any attention to the door skin about to come off of it. Yeah, you can rivet that back on. Be like brand new. Well, there's a motor inside. Hey, that's a one-piece rear main seal too. So that's a, what, a 87 up. Let's check it out real quick. Yeah, that's definitely a one-piece rear main. Casting number GM 5.7 LG. So it's a 350. And I believe it's going to be a roller cam, or at least have the boss. Yeah, there's the bosses for the spider to hold down the dog bones. So this would be a pretty good block. Turn it into a roller motor. So yeah, I may take that back with me too. Well, look at here, we got a floorboard delete option. I think they call it the Flintstone model. Over here on the passenger side too. But we do have keys. That's pretty awesome. Let me get the hood opened and we'll see what's going on under there. That's one of those newfangled folding hoods. Somebody's been here before because there's a prop rod here. All right. Lots of rust everywhere. Water pump curves, belts are off of it. Definitely stuck. No carburetor. That's great. Let me just get you in here and show you. It's just your run-of-the-mill 350. Like I said, it's rusty everywhere. Squirrels and mice have had a heyday hiding their nuts in here. Distributor cap's gone. Of course, the internals on that distributor are shot. I might pull it out, see if we can free it up. I like using the original stuff, see if you can get it running with it. So we may pull that distributor and try to clean it up a little bit. Like I said, it's stuck. Belts are off of it. I think, let's go ahead and pull some plugs to get the camera in it and just see what we got. I know one thing's for sure about these old ones. You sure got a lot of room to work on them. My goodness. All right, let me get the camera in there and just see what we're working with. Hello, how are you doing? All my video files on my whole camera here got deleted. How? I don't know. I just don't know. But the cylinders did look pretty good. Had a little vertical scarring, no rust. Pistons look good, valves look good. We got a really good chance of this motor breaking free and possibly even running. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Well, my fingers are too fat to cross, but you get the idea. Hopefully, this motor is going to run. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a socket on that crank bolt with my big breaker bar and see if it'll move. If it won't, then I'm going to pull the rest of the plugs out and I'm going to pour some ATF down in it and let it sit for a day or two and just see if it breaks loose. All right, I got a breaker bar on it. Let's see if it'll break loose. Oh no. Geez, stop. I'm gonna break that bolt if I keep on. Let's go ahead and get all the plugs out and I'll start pouring some ATF in them. All right, I got all the plugs out. Now we're gonna pour some transmission fluid down in them, let them set for a day or two. Let's look in this valve cover while I wait for that transmission fluid to get in the cylinder. I don't see any rust. That's great. A little sludge, but that'll be all right. I'd rather see sludge than rust. Let's check the transmission fluid while we're at it too. Oh, it's still got some in it. Huh. Cool. Might as well check the engine, Earl. By George, it's got oil in it. Might as well check the water level. Well, it don't want to come on. Ooh, there it is. There's just a little bit of antifreeze in the very bottom. All right, the cylinders are full of transmission fluid. So I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna put the plugs back in just to keep moisture and critters out of them. I'm gonna let it sit for a few days and we'll come back and see if anything has happened. Well, I'm gonna be sure and close this folding hood. All right. I told y'all wrong on the year. I looked up the VIN. It's a 1975. Also, that motor don't belong in this truck. I run the partial VIN on the front deck where they stamp it in. It's I don't really know, 72, 3 or 4. Well, it's been sitting for about 3 days with the transmission fluid in it, and I think it's time to try it and see if we can get it to turn over a little bit. Let me get a wrench on the crank and see what happens. Ow, my belly. No, we ain't got nothing yet. Wait, I'm gonna break that bolt. I made me a strap wrench. All you do, get you a ratchet strap, put it through a jack handle, wrap it around whatever you want to tighten or loosen, and then you tighten up your ratchet and go to yanking on it. All right, here we go. Then look to the fender. No, I'm just breaking my ratchet strap. I stuck the whole camera in every cylinder and they're still holding the transmission fluid. And I've pulled all the can on that crank bolt, afraid I'm gonna break it. So I went back to the house and I got all the chemicals I have, including carb cleaner. Got some PB blaster and I brought the Kroll oil. I don't have a whole lot of it. That stuff is expensive. I looked last night, it's $35 for 1 can. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm gonna get this water pump off of here so I can get to that dampener and get, you know, something on it, strap wrench of some kind, and so I can really tug on that crank. I believe the thing will break loose eventually. Well, I put all the juices in all the cylinders. I don't know if that's gonna help or not. I'm gonna go ahead and get this water pump out of the way now. Come on, mother. You. Come on. There you go. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on out. Come on out. Alrighty. There went that. Well, I just got done making me a chain wrench. I just took some motorcycle chain and welded it to this bar, and then you run it up through the square tubing and then tighten that bolt down on it. I'm fixing to put it on that crank down there. I'm not going to get rough with it, but I want to be able to put some pressure on it. So let's see if this does anything. All right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. I believe she moved just a little bit right then. Yeah, she's moving just, I mean, barely moving. Oh, yeah. I believe she may work loose eventually. Yes, sirree. I'm gonna put a mark on this dampener so you can see it move. It ain't moving much, but it is moving. Oh, look at here. I done went quite a bit now. Come on, come on. I know you can do it, come on. Yep. We got a motor freed up now. Hot dog. I know you ain't gonna believe me unless I show you, but she's rotating. It's still a little hard, but I have made several turns. It's got a couple of easy spots and then a couple of hard spots. But it is broke free. What I'm thinking about doing is pulling the distributor. I got to do that anyway. And getting me a drive down in there and turning that oil pump and get oil all in it, all through the bearings and everything. It may free up some more. Well, we got 2 days of nothing but non-stop rain. I'm tromping in mud right here trying to get this thing running. Anyway, I got me a drive to run the oil pump. This came out of a V6 4.3. Same thing as a small block Chevrolet as far as this part goes. It'll do what I want it to do, in other words. But before I run that oil pump, I started cleaning the intake off because I want to pull the valve covers for 2 reasons. One, I'm going to take a hammer and ping in valves, see if any of them are stuck. And 2, I want to know when it's got oil up here on the top end. So let me get all this cleaned up and get the valve covers pulled off, and we'll start checking the valves. All right, change of plans. Those 2 back inside valve cover bolts are so rusted that a 7/16 won't fit. I can't bang on a 3/8, so we'll have to get them off at a later date. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and hook the drill to the distributor back there. And, well, I'll be darned. A honeybee just went in that hole right there. Let's wait for him to come out. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get on. Shoot. Shoot. Mr. Honeybee. Excuse me, sir. You're not supposed to be in there. There you go. Come on out now. Get out of here. Anyway, I'm going to hook the drill up to that and see if we get any oil up here in the valve cover. Well, I only had about that much of that shaft sticking out. That ain't enough for my drill to grab a hold of. So I got to cut some of this housing off. So I'm going to find something to actually probably break it. And then I'll be back and we'll hopefully get some oil pumping. And there we have it. Told you I was going to break it off. All right, let's give this another try. Well, nowhere. Well, that was the job. Those two back inside bolts on valve covers were rusted away pretty much. It took a little bit to get them off. Let's see what's under this valve cover. Oh yeah, lots of gunk. Holy crap. Man, they had some great oil back in the 70s. Well, I've been running that oil pump for, well, I know 10 minutes at least. But I'm not getting much, if any, oil up here. So I'm gonna say, oh, the oil passages are probably gummed up with this tar looking mess. So I don't know that this thing will ever start. Let's check and see if there's any stuck valves. There may be two that are iffy. I'm gonna turn it over and watch the rocker arms and see if any of the valves stay down. Well, believe it or not, none of the valves are stuck on this side. I sure wish I could get some oil up here though. Well, it's still pretty hard to turn this thing over. You can see it's pretty gunky in here. And I'm not getting any oil pumping up here. I've been running that drill for, I know, 10 minutes at least. Well, I managed to find the solenoid wire for the starter. It turns over, but it is really, really slow. I don't know what's got it bound up. I don't know if it's in the cylinders or crank or cam valves, I don't know. Well, it's been a few weeks since I have fooled with this thing. I've had other stuff to work on. But I've been pondering on what I wanted to do. And I've developed a plan. And let me tell you, when I actually have a plan, that means things is about to get serious. This thing still won't turn over easy. Can't turn it over by hand. Can't turn it over with a ratchet. You gotta have a pretty long bar on it to get it to turn. Starter just barely turns it over. And I ran down 2 batteries trying to run that oil pump and never got oil up to the valve covers. It is pumping oil because I broke off the line going to the sending unit. So I know the oil pump's good. It's probably just, you know, it crudded up. It's been sitting there so long. So here's the plan. I'm gonna pull this motor out. Probably bring the transmission with it. And I'm gonna tear it down. I'm gonna find out what's wrong with it. And then I'm gonna give it a very, 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 very cheap rebuild. Rings, bearings, that's about it. And then we're gonna bring it back over here and we're gonna put it in this truck. Now you might be thinking, why wouldn't you just put it on the stand and run it instead of bringing it back over here? Well, here's the deal. I done decided that this old truck right here, she's coming out of the woods on her own power. Yep, that's right. Yep, I'm that crazy. Yep, it has no rear end, no front suspension, no steering. And it's about to fall apart because it's so rusty. But you know what? I want her to come out of these woods. So that's the plan. We're gonna get this motor running, put it back in it, and put running gear back on it, and bring her on out of here. So I think I'll start with jacking it up, get some wood blocks under the frame. It's sitting on wood blocks now, but it needs to be up higher because I gotta get up under it to get the transmission loose. And once I get it jacked up, we're gonna pull the motor, take it to the house, and tear it down and see what's going on with it. And I'm probably gonna just give it a full cleaning because I'm sure every oil passage in the thing is stopped up. yeah, that's good, solid. Well, I got one side raised up anyway. All I want to do right now is get up under it and get all the transmission stuff loose. And then I think I got to pull the radiator, motor mount bolts, and it'll pretty much be ready to come on out. I think I got everything loose except for the passenger side motor mount, and I'm holding the phone level. You can see how much of lean it's got. So I think I'm gonna pick it back up and take one block out, get it back level, and that'll make it a lot easier to pull that motor out. Plus, it'll help me get in there to that motor mount bolt. Well, whilst I was letting it back down off the blocks, I drove in a little too far with the tractor. I messed my door up. Dang it. Let me see if I can get this last motor mount loosened. Ooh, a spark plug wire. And we'll be ready to pull this motor, I think. Come on now. I don't know. This is gonna take a minute. Aha! Well, I got everything loose, I believe. I'm gonna yank this hood off real quick. I'm gonna go get the tractor with a boom pole. And I'm going to try to pull it with exhaust and Y pipe on it. If that don't work, then I'll yank the exhaust manifolds off real quick. I gotta be careful because I don't want to damage this hood. Up. Back up a little bit. All right, now lift. All right, do it again. All right, hang on one second. What's my wire on the back there? Ready? Now. All right. Let it down right there. Can't see nothing, you gotta tell me. Hold on. right. Up. Keep going up. All right, back up a little bit. It's coming. It's sliding on them headers, but it's coming. Oh, it's sliding on them headers. It's sliding on the header. Well, we got it out. It wasn't pretty coming out, but we finally got it out. Broke my boom. That thing is so old and it's been broke so many times. I guess I'm going to have to fix it right this time. Anyway, I think I'm going to pull the transmission off and then we'll get it on the engine stand and start tearing it apart. Here's your little tip on grease rags. When you think they're done, no, they're not done. Don't throw them away. Keep them somewhere, and then when you got to clean up a really big mess, well, you got a bunch of rags. And keep this up, and I won't have to drain the oil out of it either. Oh, my knee, oh, my knee. Alrighty. Easy. Easy. Oh, I got one bolt left. Oops. That should make it a little easier. Ta-da! Ah! There she is. Get out of here. That's a little bitty transmission. Oh yeah! Ain't real light though. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah! I think this exhaust should come off right now. I got two over here being butt heads. I think I'm going to have to get the flamethrower on them. I think I ruined the valve cover gasket. Dang it. There we go. It may break off, but it broke loose right now. Yeah. I think I'm gonna break it off. Ooh. Boy, she is squalling. Are you coming out whether you want to or not? Oh yeah. Sucker! Now. Oh yeah, that's, ooh, how stuck it is. I just noticed we broke the snout off of that starter when I was trying to turn it over with it. That's probably why it quit turning. Y'all know what? This thing is done seized up again. Look at this. It is done seized up again. What in the world? Well darn. I think this goes to the starter housing, maybe. You know what? Throw this sucker over. Ooh. Get out of here. Well, I think it's ready to go on the engine stand. Well, my battery's dead. Well, we finally got it on the engine stand. I'm really looking forward to tearing into this thing and seeing what's wrong with it. But you're going to have to wait until next episode. Yes, there's going to be a 3-part, 4-part, maybe more. I don't know. You're just going to have to wait because there's a lot to do to this truck and I'm only one person. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit the like, comment, subscribe. Share it with your friends. Hit that notification bell so you know when part 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and however many more are coming out. And until next time, go do something. Beep, beep.